Did you know that Fayetteville is building a brand new 38-acre park located in the northwest section of the city itself? This is going to radically change that whole area up there. And today, we're talking about that. So, let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. I actually was a real estate broker in Chicago for over a decade in the dumpster fire state known as Illinois, with an S. And I could have chosen to move anywhere I wanted to in America, but I chose right here in Northwest Arkansas for so many different reasons. It is by far the best place to live in America, by far. So call me, email me, text me, let me know when you're coming to the area to check out the whole area. We can talk about all the reasons why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America. And if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is, literally a starter pack full of all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What are the schools like? What are the hospitals like? All the things you need to know about Northwest Arkansas, boop, 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 package, ship right to your home. Right to your home. Literally goes right to your home. Enter your name below, enter your address below. Where am I shipping this package to? Let me know in all the information below. I'll make sure to get the package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite four-letter F word. Free! So enter your information below. I'll make sure they get the package shipped to you right away. All right, so the first thing we need to talk about is, first of all, the name of the park. It is actually called Underwood Park, and we're gonna be talking about where that came from, where does this acres come from, what does it all mean? So actually, Underwood is, the family itself is actually a big jewelry company located in Northwest Arkansas, but specifically Fayetteville. They actually purchased the land back in 2017. Before that, it was marshland. It was trying to be developed. It was a whole thing, just kind of like obviously nonsense. And so wasn't really used very well. And so actually what happened was that the Underwood family bought the property and actually donated the property to Fayetteville Parks. And it's to be designated and designed and only used for park itself. And so it's really cool to see that whole family it's well loved within the actual Fayetteville, like the Fayetteville world, so to speak. So people obviously know the Underwoods, they've been here forever and they've been jewelers forever. So anyways, it was well known that they bought land to eventually gift to Fayetteville, and they did. Back in 2020, they gifted Fayetteville the park. And over the course of these last year, they've been developing and trying to pick out plans of what they want to do with the park itself. Now, side note, and we'll talk about this a little bit in a second, but there's actually a development happening along the park itself that will be designed and developed by the Underwoods, but a little bit here in a second. So anyways, let's jump over to the second part of the video, which is gonna be talking about where the park's located and kind of map out what that's gonna look like for the future of the park itself. All right, so we're looking at the park right now. And so let me kind of zoom out a little bit to show you where it's at. So I'm gonna zoom out from Fayetteville. So let me kind of zoom out here and then we'll zoom back in. So kind of give you some context, and this is Fayetteville. Let me actually just type this in, Fayetteville, and give you context of the city itself. Okay, so we kind of have lines for the city. Let me turn off the layers real quick. Okay, so you kind of have an idea of Fayetteville. Greenland is down here, Farmington, and we have Prairie Grove, and just north of that is Springdale and Tawnytown, all kind of one big blob up there. So Fayetteville, for context, we have the University of Arkansas over here, we have like the downtown section, we have Gully Park, and we have Lake Fayetteville, and then we cross over 49 on the west side. Now we're looking over on the west side of Fayetteville, and the park is actually going to be kind of in the tippy top north of Fayetteville, right here. So the thing about this is there's Bryce Davis Park over here, which is really more of a golf course kind of park and a dog park, kind of dedicated for some of the multifamily condos over here for the university. So there's really no parks around the whole area itself, except there's some fields, but they're not like parks. They're kind of based off elementary schools, not necessarily public parks. So this park is going to radically change this whole area, because the funny thing is that the Clabber Creek Trail cuts right through it, and it's going to eventually cut through right underneath 49 and to go back, eventually cut its way over under 49. You can actually get over here, across under here, but that's a different story. Anyways, they're eventually going to cut under 49 and eventually make your way back to the Razorback Greenway. So it's going to be all connected back to the Razorback Greenway here very shortly. So anywho, let's zoom in, but let's put some layers on and show what's going on here. So let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, Underwood Park, let it load up. Okay, perfect. So here we have, it's kind of close to 49, but this whole park right here is going to be dedicated to this whole section right here. So Clabber Creek comes through here, and there's been more trail systems. There's actually development happening right here. We'll talk about that in a second. But this whole area right here, this 32 acres minus some of this land over here, this 32 acres is going to be a park itself. Now, what I mentioned before, there will be some development over here along this edge right here and over here as well. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But basically, the park is going to wrap around this whole section right here. and basically be a kind of oasis for people for this whole area right here. Now, this is obviously going to lead to more development up here. It's going to raise the prices for obviously because of just the cool factor over here. So a lot of these homes will probably honestly go up in price a little bit because of just the close factor of this brand new trail system as well as new park system. And that's gonna be exciting for the people of that living there, of course. Haha. But before I jump on to the next point, I have something brand new called Instant Home Updates. So maybe you're looking to move to the area and using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications? Way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is, like Instant Home Updates. So enter your name below, enter your email below, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms. Where do you want to move to Northwest Arkansas? Where do you want to end up when you end up moving here? So let me know with all the information below. I'll make sure you don't miss a single notification when it comes for homes for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, side note, every single Friday I send an email. I just kind of talk about all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? When is First Thursdays? When is First Fridays? What's going on at the amphitheater? What new businesses are moving here? What's going on over at Pinnacle? So much going on all the time. Enter your name below, enter your email below. I'll make sure you get that email every single Friday, just kind of keeping you updated with all the cool things happening in the area. But sadly, you will get a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. All right, and the third thing we need to talk about is kind of the new homes / multi-unit family development happening in that area. So honestly, the 32 acres is kind of a marshland, not really buildable in any shape or form. Great for kind of a park situation. We're gonna have a dog park there. We're gonna have pickleball courts. We're gonna have trail system. We're gonna have all sorts of different splash pads there. So it's gonna be kind of a quite sizable thing. So it's gonna be a pretty awesome park. But on top of that, what's gonna really focus of this thing, when we talk about here, is the new homes that are being developed on the south end, as well as that multifamily development happening on the east side as well. So Underwood is actually developing, so it's kind of I think part of a different development group, but a different development group with Underwood is developing 602 multifamily style housing around that corner right there that's gonna wrap around that whole section right there. So it's going to be definitely usable for obviously college people or people that don't necessarily always need 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And it's gonna be very awesome, in my opinion, to live so near a great park because you walk out your backyard and you're in a park. Now, I have a lot of people moving to the area that don't always necessarily need a $350,000 2-3-3-3-2, so to speak. And more oftentimes, a lot of times that are maybe even some retirees potentially, or some like whether it's younger people in that just got out of college that have jobs, they're only looking for something between like 150 to 250 tops, and having that section with 2-bedroom, 2-bath, or whatever the case is, having those availability to be over there to buy those potentially, or to whatever the case is, to actually go next to the park is fantastic. Having so close access to 49, having close to the trail system, which will eventually lead back to the Razorback Greenway, which will eventually lead back up to Bella Vista or Bentonville or Springdale, whatever the case is, or South Fayetteville. So it's really awesome to see this development happen. Plus, side note, there are several developments being planned. One of them, including the builder Rosh Coleman, is developing new homes over there, and I've actually sold a couple over there, anywhere between 275 to into 375 if you want to go a little bit more extreme, so size-wise. So anyways, there are developments happening over there, and so just be aware that there are new homes being developed over in that area, as well as a brand new complex that's going to be developed in the next couple of years or so. So the big question is, what does this mean for the northwest section of Fayetteville? And this Underwood Park has been in development for quite some time, so people have been aware of it. But now, once you start seeing this park being developed, homes around that area will probably be up for sale, because usually people want to cash out and they want to take out their equity and then buy something different. This is probably going to raise some property values because of the actual, the cool factor of backing up to a park, literally being able to walk from your house to a large park, jumping on the pathways, running the pathways, jumping in the splash pads, hitting the pickleball courts. Big benefit for the communities over there. Just imagine being able to walk from your house and have 7, 8, 10 pickleball courts, or if you want to hit the trail system. It is so nice to be able to do that. And so that whole area is going to kind of be in a big boon because of that availability. So excited for Northwest Fayetteville. It is a much needed park over there, because a lot of other places have those kind of sections where they're aware of it, especially the east side of Fayetteville. But the northwest side has been kind of a little bit it's needed a little something. So seeing this park starting to be developed, starting the planning phases, and start work very, very soon is exciting for this whole northwest section of Fayetteville. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you are thinking about coming down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3-day itineraries link below. Maybe you're an adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids. whatever it is. There's a 3-day itinerary linked down below for you. So go ahead and download it and use it when you get down here. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you the $10 tour so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, we can check out some homes for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar will go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, I'll see you next one.